SMR Builders Corporation Limited. We believe in pioneering solutions that redefine industry standards and elevate customer experiences. Established in early 2020, we have swiftly emerged as a front-runner in the construction industry, specifically in the non-residential sector, driven by our unwavering commitment to innovation, quality, and customer satisfaction. Our journey began with the vision of building a world where innovation, inclusivity, and sustainability are the driving forces behind every decision we make. Since then, we have relentlessly pursued excellence, leveraging cutting-edge technology and fostering a culture of creativity and collaboration within our team. We, SMR Builders Corporation Limited, taking construction to a new dimension with excellence as our mission.
The multi-purpose building of Barangay Mambugan is now opening.
Excuse me, gentlemen.
Yes?
Can I talk to Mr. Balana for a while?
Yeah, it's okay. I can catch up later, Mr. Jade.
Hi, Mr. Balana. Congratulations
Oh.
sa natapos mo ang building.
Thank you so much. So what can I do for you, Miss Badeo?
You know, businessman. I mean, pinaplano ko kasi na mag-branch out ng business. Tatanong sana kita, baka meron kang mai-recommend sa akin na magaling na architect. Kasi, tingnan mo, ang ganda ng building mo eh. Mukha siyang matibay at alam mo naman, kailangan natin mag-invest sa matibay na building.
Yeah. Alam mo, may recommend ako sa'yo. Ano sila? Company all in one, nandun na lahat. So, eto yung calling card nila. Pwede mo silang puntahan dyan. Andiyan na din yung address nila.
Thank you, Mr. Balana.
Sige, ayun lang ba? Okay na ba tayo?
Yes, Mr. Balana. Congratulations
Thank you
again.
so much.
Thank you.
Good luck sa future investment mo, ha?
Yes.
Sige, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, ma'am. Welcome to SMR Builders. What can I do for you, ma'am?
I'm here to inquire.
Okay, let me check, ma'am.
And so, there's anyone here na pwede kong makausap regarding sa pag-re-branch ng aming business?
Yes, ma'am. Ano po exact target date po?
Probably this April 7 around 10 a.m.
Let me check. I'm sorry, ma'am, pero April 7 po, hindi po available ang ating project manager. Ma-available po siya April 11 onward po.
Okay, so let's do it on April 11 around 10 a.m.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, may I know your name po?
Nico Badeo,
Contact number po?
09667-630-483.
And for emergency message po, ma'am, may I know your email address po?
nicobadeo@gmail.com.
Okay, ma'am. April 11 po at 10 a.m. Okay na po, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you so much po.
Thank you.
Bye.
Good morning, Ma'am Nico. Welcome to SMR's Builders Corporation Limited. I'm your assigned project manager. My name is Dayan Pantanya. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Upon successfully confirming the date of meeting with the project manager from SMR Builders Corporation Limited, Ms. Nico Badeo is now having a meeting with the project manager assigned to her. Ms. Badeo is explaining what she has been planning, shares her ideas and insights about the establishment. On the other side, Ms. Pantonial, the project manager, is also presenting their previous design and layout from their previous client. Both parties share and exchange ideas for the betterness of the project. As the project manager, Ms. Pantonial presents the gathered information given by Ms. Badeo to the team for them to be aware of Ms. Badeo's desired plan about her establishment. She also designated tasks to each of her team equally. The team also sets a date for a site viewing and officially introduced the contractors, Ms. Masangay and Ms. Macarandang, to Ms. Badeo.
Good afternoon, Ma'am Nico. I would like to introduce to you our contractors, Miss April and Ma'am Jay.
Wow. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Upon visiting the site, contractors Ms. Masangay and Ms. Macarandang contact and made a meeting with Mr. Balana, the architect of the project, and Ms. Alpazar as the engineer. They team up and meticulously plan the project together. As the team successfully planned the presentation, the project manager, engineer Alpazar, and architect Balana prepared another presentation that will be presented to Ms. Badeo, led by Ms. Pantonial, followed by Engineer Alpazar as she finalized the blueprint and components design of the project, and Architect Balana as he present the visual design of the project.
Hey ma'am, let me introduce to you our engineer, Miss Maria. Hello ma'am. Gusto ko ipakilala si Architect Dan Robic Balan.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning.
And to successfully sort out the project, SMR Builders Corporation will be using critical path method, adopting it in constructions. Critical path method is a project management technique used in constructions and other industries, plan and management complex projects. It helps determining the longest sequence of dependent tasks and identifies which activities are critical to the project's completion time. Critical path diagram, also known as a network diagram or program evaluation and review technique chart, is a graphical representation of a project's tasks and their dependencies. It visually depicts the sequence of tasks required to complete a project and identifies the critical path, the longest path of dependent tasks that determines the minimum duration for project completion. After learning the principles of the critical path method, we can now proceed in creating the network diagram together with the project's activity schedule. Here are the procedures that should be followed in performing critical path method. Construct a project network, perform forward and backward passes, determine project completion time, calculate slack values, state the critical path. We will be using the node convention, where A stands for activity, T is the estimated activity time, ES is the earliest time can start, EF is the earliest finish time, LS is the latest start time, and LF is the latest finish time without exceeding the project's time complexity. So here is the network with the activity nodes displaying with letters and times. Activity A has no predecessor, so it can begin as the start. Activity B and C needs A to be completed before it can start. Both D and E needs to be completed. F needs C to be completed. G needs both D and E to be completed. H needs both E and F to be completed. I needs both G and H to be completed. Since I have no successors, it goes to finish. So here is the network with the activity nodes displaying with letters and times. So let's do the forward pass. A has no predecessor, so its earlier start time will be 0 or right away since it has 5 days to be completed. Its earliest finish time will be 0 plus 5, which gives 5. B needs A to be completed before it can start. Since the earliest finish time for A is 5, then the earliest time it can start is 5. And with the activity time of 10 days, B will have an earliest of 10 plus 5, which gives 15 days. Now C needs A to be completed before it can start. Since the earliest finish time for A is 5, then the earliest time he can start is 5. And with the activity time of 13 days, C will have an earliest time of 13 plus 5, which gives 18. D, on the other hand, needs B to finish before it can start. Since the earliest finish time for B is 15 and the earliest time he can start is 7, and D will have an earliest time of 7 plus 15, which gives 22. E needs to finish before it can start since the earliest finish time for B is 15 and the earliest time he can start is 3, and E will have an earliest time of 3 plus 15, which gives 18. F needs C to finish before it can start since the earliest finish time for C is 18 and the earliest time it can start is 9, and F will have an earliest time of 9 plus 18, which gives 27. On the other hand, G needs both D and E to finish before it can start. Since the earliest finish time for D and E are 22 and 18 respectively, and G needs both of them to finish in order to start, then the earliest time G can start is 22. In other words, the highest of the earliest finish times preceding an activity will be the activity's earlier start time. So G finishes at 4 plus 22, which gives 26. H needs both E and F to finish before it can start. Since the earliest finish time for E and F are 18 and 27 respectively, and H needs both of them to finish in order to start, then the earliest time of H can start is 27. In other words, the highest of the earliest finish times preceding an activity will be the activity's earlier start time. So H finishes at 3 plus 27, which gives 30. I needs both G and H to finish before it can start, since the earliest finish time for G and H are 26 and 30 respectively, and I needs both of them to finish in order to start, then the earliest time I can start is 30. In other words, the highest of the earliest finish times preceding an activity will be the activity's earlier start time. So I finishes at 7 plus 30, which gives 37. Note here that I is the last letter and it does have the highest earliest finish time. So the project's completion time is 37 days. In essence, the project's completion time is the highest of the earliest finish time at the finish node. Now let's do the backward pass. Since the project completion time is 37 days, the latest finish time for the activities or finish node, I has to be 37, that is, I cannot be completed in longer than 37 days. Next, we need to obtain the latest start times by subtracting the activity times from the latest finish times. For I, the latest start time will be 37 minus 7 to give 30. Now H has only one successor, so the latest finish time for H will be latest start time for I, which is 30, and the latest start time will be 30 minus 3, which gives 27. So now, the latest finish time for G will be latest start time for I, which is 30, and the latest start time will be 30 minus 4, which gives 26. And the latest finish time for F will be latest start time for H, which is 27, and the latest start time will be 27 minus 9, which gives 18. Now E has two successors, G and H. The latest start time are 26 and 27, respectively. As the result, the latest time had to finish by 26 in order for F to start. In essence, when doing backward pass, the latest finish time of an activity must be the minimum of the latest start time of its successors. Thus, the latest start time for E will be 26 minus 3, which gives 23. So now, D has only one successor, so the latest finish time for D will be the latest start time for G, which is 26, and the latest start time will be 26 minus 7, which gives 19. So now, the latest finish time for C will be latest start time for F, which is 18, and the latest start time will be 18 minus 13, which gives 5. And for B, it has two successors, D and E. The latest start time are 19 and 23. Respectively, as the result, the latest time had to finish by 19 in order for B to start. In essence, when doing backward pass, the latest finish time of an activity must be the minimum of the last start time of its successors. Thus, the latest start time for B will be 19 minus 10, which gives 9. Now A has two successors, B and C. The latest start time are 9 and 5. Respectively, as the result, the latest time had to finish by 5 in order for A to start. In essence, when doing backward pass, the latest finish time of an activity must be the minimum of the latest start time of its successors. Thus, the latest start time for A will be 5 minus 5, which gives 0. The backward pass is now complete. Now, slack for an activity is defined as how long the activity can be relayed without extending or increasing the project completion time. And it is calculated as latest start time minus earliest start time, or latest finish time minus earliest finish time. So the slack for A will be 0 minus 0, or 5 minus 5, which will be 0. The slack for B will be 4. The slack for C is 0. For D, it's 4. E, which is 8, F is 0, G is 4, H is 0, and I is 0. Note, for example, that activity E can begin anytime between 15 and 23. It can finish anytime between 18 and 26. Thus, E can be delayed for up to 15 days, and the project will be still completed in 37 days. Activities A, C, F, H, and I, on the other hand, cannot delay at all without extending the project's completion time. Activities with zero slack are called critical activities, and they form the critical path, which is the longest path in network. So the critical path here is A, C, F, H, and I.